All right, looks like our officiating staff is just getting done with equipment checks on the athletes and getting in position. We'll be getting started here with this roller derby game here in just a minute or two.
For the hooting whistles of the zebra staff. And you know what that means? That means it's time for some roller derby.
Some cheers of encouragement on the bench over here for Wasatch. First pack's going to take the track. Of course, we're going to start with that empty penalty box, and the skaters are going to hope it stays that way. So do the coaches, for that matter.
Looks like we've got Loesch on the line for Wasatch.
Yep, and that's number 404, fatal error on the line for the Killer Bees. Speaking of Killer Bees, breaking through that pack on the inside line, out for lead jammer for Killer Bees.
Loesch out on the scoring run as well.
Fatal coming into the pack now, turn 2, gets knocked to the outside, but the blocker's down, going to call it off from out of bounds. Let's see what the jammer referees have for us. First points of the game, 2 points going to the Killer Bees.
Number 813, Mullet, lining up for Wasatch.
It's a nice job by Loesch in that last jam, catching up to the pack and catching up to the Killer Bees jammer, forcing the call off, only letting them get away with 2 points.
Boo Boo out there wearing the star for the Bees.
Looks like we have Mullet wearing the star for Wasatch. Looks like Mullet managed to sneak out just a little bit ahead. So lead jammer for Wasatch in this one.
Both jammers going down, taking a little nap.
Yep, going to get a double bridge out here. One jammer going to the back, one jammer going to the front. Wasatch is out, called off. 4 points on the board for Wasatch, but Bees are going to equalize with 2 as well. Stand corrected, that's 3 for the Bees. So Bees going to maintain the lead, 5-4. Jam 3 coming now.
4-0-4, fatal error, towing the line for Killer Bees. 101 Bad Cop out there with the star for Wasatch. Sorry, for Wasatch.
I think that's Bad Cop out first, but Fatal right behind. Going to get a little bit of jammer tussling going on out here in the outfield. See if RoboCop can hang up. Catch up, I should say.
Jam called with no points for either team. Mighty Booger out there with the star for the Bees. I said what I said. Loesch out there off the line for Wasatch.
Loesch crashing into the back of those blockers, doing a nice job of breaking through the back wall, but Slimy Booger out and passes. Loesch has to call it off. We're going to go 0-0 on that one.
Good strategy by Loesch.
Starting to see the jammer rotations for both teams develop here. We're going to start seeing the same 3 or 4 skaters coming out for each bench. Pretty standard. Fatal error number 404 wearing the star for Killer Bees, and it's 813 Mullet on the line for Wasatch.
I have to wonder if Mullet changes their name every time they change their hair.
That is a question. And once again, it's Wasatch out first by a hip, because that's all you need. Mullet with lead jammer, but Fatal Error out about 15 feet behind. All right, let's see. Yep. Looks like Mullet managed to pick up one, got that quick call off, got knocked to the inside by the Bees blockers. Both jammers going down out of bounds, one on the in and one on the out, coming out with a hard-earned 1 point, and we're back to a tie game.
Acid Rain up there, towing up next to Just Kevin. The jam line. Killer Bees forming up that deathly tripod.
I've seen some pretty strong blocking off the line. Jammers are having to work for it. Nobody's really. There was one jam early on, Fatal Errors kind of snuck through on the inside, but that has not been the case. And as I say that, here we go. Wasatch sneaking up the outside, untouched. Number 32, lead jammer.
Meanwhile, Just Kevin, the Bees jammer, sitting in the penalty box.
Oh no! First penalty of the game. It's going to be a power jam for Wasatch to see what they can do with it.
Bees laying some heavy hits on Acid Rain.
It looks like the Bees are going to trade a jammer for a pivot in the penalty box. I believe that was a direction penalty. We do have a little bit of a rotating door going on the white side of the penalty box right now.
After that little bit of a jam up, Acid Rain back on, scoring runs.
Yeah, nice job there by Acid Rain, staying in bounds, getting knocked down, but keeping that 1 foot up in the air and not touching down out of bounds.
Killer Bees with a light pack could not keep Acid Rain back.
It's like Bees jammer going back to the penalty box now. I believe that was a back block over here in the entrance to turn one. So big jam here for Wasatch. It's going to be a tough one to come back from.
Well, it is roller derby. Anything goes.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you've been watching football lately, you've been watching teams, blow leads in the fourth quarter for the entire season. So,
I haven't been watching that, but that's interesting.
oh yeah, it's been a sad year as a New York Giants fan.
I am marked safe from any kind of NFL shenanigans.
Fair enough.
Roller derby is my only sports love.
And it's not a bad one to have. I mean, I do like the sports balls, mostly soccer, but occasionally the other football.
And there is a team timeout being called. Killer Bees.
So we'll take that opportunity since we've only been talking about the Jammers all day. So I'm going to run down the Killer Bees roster real quick while we have the time. Where number 3, we've got Rumble Guppy. Number 10, Ruby Roundhouse. Number 106, Ferdinand. Number 13, Felon Melon. 14, Slamby. Number 187, Bella the Brawl. Number 2, Night Terror. 2010, Princess Leia. 247, Snot Rocket. 312, Slimy Booger. 34, The Postman. 404, Fatal Error. Number 22, I'm going to get this so wrong, Bad Attitude. I think I got it. 68, Graycon the Destroyer. Number 710, Boo Boo. 711, Just Kevin. 88, Bubble Basher. And 911, Chaos.
Let me go ahead and read out the Wasatch Assault, folks. Got Zen, number 24, Bad Cup 101, Chameleon 115, Crimson Slayer 138, Mockingbird 142, Circus 2014, Roll Arena 2319, Jupiter 24, Acid Rain number 32, Smash and Dash number 505, Loach 722, Stormy C 789, Mullet 813, Chemical X 84, and Feline Feisty 919. And back to some roller derby action.
Yeah, so Power Jam is over. Killer Bees Jammers back out of the penalty box, but Wasatch already out for lead jammer, coming into the pack on a scoring pass, going to jump the inside apex, call it off. We're going to go 4-0. Yes, jammer referee says yes. So 24-5, the new score here. Jam 7 done.
Bees drew the first blood, but Wasatch said, no way.
And seeing as how we're going into an official timeout, we might as well do the officials roster while we're at it. So for the game today, we have Prince Albert as head ref. We have Data inside pack ref, Jammer referees, backslash, and you know I know you know. Wow. OPRs, Van Rollon, Fighting Girlfriend, Bonnie, and the alt ref, you know me.
Always awesome to have those fantastic folks in the black and white.
Yep. And
So sad about the blindness, but
it is a thing. I mean, you know, they call a group of zebras a dazzle, and I think many of them have just been dazzled in the eyeballs too many times.
we love our refs and NSOs.
We do indeed.
Back to some roller derby. We've got number 505, Smash and Dash, wearing the star for Wasatch.
312, my favorite roller derby name of the day, Slimy Booger, wearing the star for Killer Bees.
Smash and Dash bashes through. Elite Jammer, Smash and Dash with a crash.
All right, Wasatch bench coach over here furiously instructing the Jammer to call it off, an activity I know all too well. Wasatch managing to tack on 2 more points onto that lead before they were forced to call it off. Jammers on the line for us, number 722, it's Loach wearing the star for Wasatch, and Fatal Error, number 404, once again for the Bees.
Bad Cop and that tripod of Wasatch just doing everything they can to keep Fatal Error back.
Yeah, absolutely. Some nice blocking going on. The pack did get a little strung out there. You heard the head ref call no pack a little bit ago, but managed to reform, and neither Jammer has gotten out until I said that. 404, it's Fatal Error out. Lead Jammer for Killer Bees. Loach almost makes it out front here down in turn 4, but going to get recycled by number 34, the pivot for the Killer Bees. Meanwhile, Fatal Error engaging the pack over here, plowing through like nothing. 4 points on the board for Killer Bees. Let's see what Loach can do with this.
Loach just fighting and fighting.
Really nice job by Fatal Error there, splitting the tripod of Wasatch, getting through, getting at least a couple of points. Yep, Jammer referee says 3 on that trip, so we're going to have a 7-point jam in favor of the Killer Bees. Nice work by Fatal Error and the Killer Bees blockers on that one.
Mullet once again lining up for Wasatch. Boo Boo out there towing the line for the Killer Bees.
I think this is the first time we've seen Boo Boo with the star this game. I may be wrong on that. Mullet coming up against some stiff resistance from the Bees blockers there, held up behind the pivot line still, just barely getting through, and that's Boo Boo going to sneak up the inside. Lead Jammer for the Bees again. All right, Boo Boo through, calling it off. I think Mullet, yes, did sneak in one there, but full set of 4 for the Bees. We're going to go 1-4 on the jam, 27-16 score.
Rollipop out there wearing the star for Wasatch.
Looks like 404 Fatal Error is going to go back-to-back jams on this. Or no, it was Boo Boo last time. 1 on, 1 off, though. Lead Jammer again for the Killer Bees. It's a good run for them to try to close this gap.
Fatal Error caught up by quite the blocking pack there from Wasatch.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got 4-3 packs out there on the track right now. One of the Killer Bees blockers in the penalty box. But the three that are remaining are doing a really good job of containing Brawly Pop. Same goes for Wasatch's blockers, doing a pretty good job of containing Fatal Error. Looks like we're going to have the pivot Crimson Slayer going to sit in the penalty box for Wasatch. So a little bit of do-si-do there as the Bees blocker is standing and should be out of the box here shortly.
Bees picking up another 4 points on that jam, chipping away at that Wasatch lead.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of that, holding on to lead jammer, smart call-offs, good blocking. I think Bees are doing the things they need to close that gap.
Loach off the line for Wasatch. Limey Booger, lead jammer for Killer Bees.
Yep, found a hole in the defense there on the inside line, manages to sneak through. Loach right behind Booger, though. Let's see what we're going to do with it. So tries for the quick call off. I don't think we got it. I'm pretty sure Loach had at least 1 point. We do have a skater from the Bees a little slow to get up, so we're going to bring our medical staff out on the floor. Seems like a good time to thank our volunteers, especially our medical staff, for being here. All the folks that you see here that are taking tickets, doing concessions, doing security, announcing, officiating. Everybody here volunteers. If you'd like to help out with roller derby, hit up any of the staff here, and we would love to have you. Lulu and I have been doing this, volunteering for this thing for what, like almost 20 years?
It's going on 20 years, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I started with Salt City at the very beginning of 2007. So I'm 19 years.
And I think I started with Salt City in 2006.
That sounds about right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you and Johnny had been there for about a year before I came on.
Like, our announcing careers are like almost old enough to drink.
It's true.
I just noticed.
All right. Looks like it's Princess Leia going to go take a seat with the medics, back up on the skates, though, and that's always good to see. Thank you once again to our medical staff for being here. We'll get the game back underway as soon as the officials are ready.
Like to send a shout out to our sponsors, including the Pie Pizzeria. Voted Utah's best pizza, providing top quality handmade pizza, salads, subs, and more for over 40 years.
Yeah, and that Pie Pizzeria banner that you see above the penalty box there was quite possibly the first banner to get hung in this building. Sorry, we're gonna.
Fatal error.